example 4 gives us an opportunity to do another proof. And of course, we're going to go ahead and start with our given information that PS is parallel to QR. Let's mark that. PS is parallel to QR, and angle QPS is congruent to angle SRQ. That is our given information. So let's mark that angle on there as well. QPS is congruent to angle SRQ. Let's take the first thing that we know, which is that these two lines are parallel, and they're being cut by this transversal. We can see that this angle and this angle are congruent because of alternate interior angles. So we can state that angle PSQ is congruent to angle RQS. And that is because they are alternate interior angles. So we have the alternate interior angles theorem. We also see that QS will be congruent to QS because of the reflexive property. We now have enough information to state that our triangles are congruent. So we're going to say triangle PSQ is congruent to triangle RQS, and that is by angle side congruency theorem. And we need to be careful what they've asked us for because they actually wanted us to say some pieces are congruent. So we're going to go ahead and make sure we're proving that PQ is congruent to RS. If we have said that the triangles are congruent, then we know that the pieces are congruent because corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. CPCTC. Go ahead and pause your video and do the try it and then come back to check your work. While your video was paused, you should have at least filled in the given information and hopefully you marked what was given. So you have that JMK is congruent to angle JML. Where'd my picture go? Those are congruent right there. And then we said that JM bisected that angle, and because it bisected, we were able to put this mark and this mark on there. So we need to make a statement about those angles. So we can say that angle KJM is congruent to angle LJM. And that is the definition of an angle bisector. Next, we can state that JM is congruent to, that is a funky looking congruent sign. Let me try again. Congruent to MJ. That is the reflexive property. Let's mark that on there. Looks like we have an angle, side angle, congruency. So I'm going to state that triangle KJM is congruent to triangle LJM, and that is by angle, side angle, congruency theorem. And I actually ran out of room in my box, but we are trying to prove that JK is congruent to JL. And so we need to make that statement. JK is congruent to JL. And that is because of CP, CTC. Funky looking P, C, P, C, T, C. Congruent parts of congruent triangles are congruent.